Never before have our medical practitioners been in the spotlight for so long, putting their lives on the line for us for more than a year now, that it is but fitting that we pay tribute to them. I am thankful that artist C. Mark Gascon had them in mind when he joined a national competition, which unfortunately did not make it, not because it didn't meet the criteria, but it was just the wrong orientation. Being a Catholic nation, it is almost always expected a Pinoy artist would have a religious painting, and Gascon did not deviate from that tradition. He also paid homage to what Leonardo da Vinci's The Last Supper. But instead of seeing them sharing a meal, the food is non-existent. Instead, we have the bread of life in the midst of our frontliner heroes in PPEs. Jesus has no need for a face mask though. Yes, he is God, but he is also man. That's why when he was on earth 2000 years ago, he too got physically tired. But because he is God, not only that, he is the resurrected Christ, he is greater than COVID-19. If that could not hold him, how much more a mere virus? The pandemic has forced all of us to reflect on what is important in our lives and has also exposed what has become central to us. Gascon shows us how Jesus should be central by placing him smack center in the painting in equal division. We have seven on the left and seven on the right. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. We have 14 frontliners as against the 12 disciples. So, who are these frontliners? It's so easy to just lump them all up and call them heroes, forgetting that they are also like us, human, with families, fears, frailties, and needs. During these times when we are told to keep our social distance from each other, the human touch has become a rare commodity when medical opinion has taught us for years how a touch and a hug can do wonders to our healing. The man on the extreme left is staring into space, while the woman on the other extreme is looking past the painting. What is she looking at that distracts her from the physical manifestation of God? Speaking of distraction, we have three who are so into the moment, taking down notes, reading the notes from the shoulder, and listening to Jesus. For some, it's hard to make out what they are thinking. There's not much from their body language to give us a hint, more so with their faces covered in different layers. It's interesting that from the 14 frontliners, only a few are looking and listening to Jesus. Perhaps they are too tired, discouraged, and scared to look up. The voices in their head drown out the Word made flesh in their midst, but at least we see them not losing hope as they are still within less than a social distance away from Jesus. Perhaps you see yourself in Gascon's work. Personally, I do. We all have different reactions to our situation and to God. It is good that God is good, that He is not a stern teacher who demands we sit properly and look at Him while He's talking. He welcomes us where we are and how we are, staring into space, working, distracted, crying, discouraged. He still offers us hope. Gascon calls his work The Last Hope, in homage to the Last Supper. But may I be bold enough to retitle it as Our One and Only Hope. Hope is essential. Art is essential.